What's going on, guys? This is Omegafraz of Omegafraz Gaming, and today I'm kind of doing a commentary because something's really been bugging me, and it's about uh, basically the importance of KD versus actually someone who actually plays the objective. The person who plays the objective generally doesn't give a fuck about their KD. And I don't, pardon my French, but um, the person who goes towards who sees that Charlie is being taken in domination runs away from Charlie or skirts around Charlie. But the person who sees Charlie as being taken, that is the objective player, runs towards Charlie. He runs towards danger in objective game modes. Now, my KD is really low because I play objective games. If you play objective games, KD means nothing. If you play TDM, yes, KD is a really, really good sign of how well you do, but there's a lot more to it than um, whether the person is like if you look in their stats and you see that their most played game is TDM and their KD is low, then they're likely a really, really, really poor player. But if you look in their most played games and their KD is low and their most played game is domination, that and their KD is low, that's fine. And a lot of people are like, how do you get so high on the prestige and have such a low KD? And it's like, because I'm an objective player. I play the objective. I'm going to show you. My KD is only 0.676, and this did get messed up because I did go for challenges. I do have dark or black sky on all of my weapons, including the new ones, and I'm still doing challenges. I am a completionist, so I do like to get everything. How many people do you know who go around with exploding drones? Uh, how many people do you know who have the exploding drone challenge, knowing the current state of exploding drones and how terrible they are? I am one of those players that has this calling card, and that is why my KD is so low. Because I have, and given the fact that I'm always doing a challenge, and exploding drones are complete and utter, for lack of a better word, shit, then this is I'm doing pretty good at 0.76 because I know players who use them that are at 0.56. So and still don't have the challenge complete. And for score streaks, I have all my score streaks ones done. Um, as for my highest score per minute game is infected. I do play kill confirmed a lot. My KD ratio and kill confirmed is not that high, but again, that's okay as long as you're picking up the tag. I see people that are going in kill confirmed and acting as if it's TDM. They're going in there and they're getting kills but not picking up the tags. I clean up so many people's tags. I have more. I go in there and I have just as many tags as I have killed, and then some. So I always have more kills or more confirms than than I actually did with kills, um, and than I actually did with deaths as well. So I'm making up for my deaths. by contribution. So in an objective game, that's fine. Um, Score per minute is 3.74, which is low. Yes, I understand that. I do have brain damage, but how many people do you know who have brain damage that have black sky? Um, I had seizures when I was younger, and something that not many people know about me, even people who are closer to me, don't know about me because uh, it's barely noticeable. I'm incredibly intelligent. I just have a really slow reaction time. And I also have a light sensitivity because my eyes don't dilate it. So my gunfights are usually shorter range. I prefer to use SMGs, shotguns, and pistols and assault rifles that have shorter range over the longer range weapons. I will never be a sniper. I just don't have the eyesight for the longer range engagements. I like to keep my opponents close to me. I am a run and gunner to the max. Um, I know people who are like, okay, why are you using that gun? That gun sucks, and they can't get a relatively high KD with some of the guns I use. But then I use those guns, and I think they're awesome because they work for me. And I don't use the best guns in the game or the most preferred guns in the game because I have a very different playstyle from everyone else because of the fact that they because of the fact that I can't see as far, and after a certain point or a certain distance, the light on the screen makes it so that the person's blurry and blends into the surroundings, and I can't discern that that is a person. And so I have to have them closer up. And there's no way that I can fix that. In addition, this light sensitivity makes it so that I'm reverse colorblind. Normal colorblind people, they can't see darker shades. But I, having light sensitivity, can't see lighter shades, like highlighter colors. And so um, I don't see them well. And so a colorblind filter that filters them and turns them into highlighter colors would do nothing for me. Um, I don't get high streaks. I occasionally get 10 kill streaks. I do have a few medals. Um, let's see, where is it? I do have. I think I have one ultra kill. I've never gotten a kill chain on any Call of Duty. I've never gotten a mega kill. Actually, this is the really very first ultra kill I've ever gotten. I got quite a few frenzy kills and super kills. But I have put quite a bit of time into this game. I don't know when I got brutal. That was probably actually in Mayhem, actually. I don't remember ever getting brutal. I That would never happen unless I was using a score streak. Um, so, but the highest I typically go is I have seen a merciless in a regular gameplay, but it's once in a blue moon. Like, not, it doesn't happen often enough that I would warrant equipping high streaks. I usually do support streaks. Let's see. For, oh yeah, there was one other thing. I usually use the personal radar because I like to find people. I use the Phantom, the Striker, or the Warfighter mainly. The Warfighter so that I can get my personal radars back. I find that really helpful for finding people. Um, the Striker, obviously, so that I can not get grenade spammed. Um, and the Phantom, uh, just because Pulsar is really useful for finding people, and also Active Camo is really good for. It was really Active Camo was my most used mainly because I was using it for headshots when I was using or doing my camo challenges. But as you can see, um, I do have Black Sky on the Xeon. Let's just I have Black Sky on that. I have Black Sky on. Now this I did before it was patched, so that took a big hit to my KD. I got Black Sky on this. I got Black Sky on this. Oops. And oops. Got Black Sky on both this and this. So I've obviously put quite a bit of time into doing challenges. And given the fact that I am not a sniper, I got Black Sky on snipers. But as far as snipers go, this game, in my opinion, was the easiest one to get camo challenges done on. There was a lot more to do, but it was way easier to do than on Black Ops 3. I even got combat knife, Black Skied. But it's kind of a little bit of a rant. I mean, I've also
There's a war on. Let's get
got quite a bit done on my prototype lab, and I did not spend that much money on this. This was, I think I spent maybe $50 total on all of my, or on COD points, and that was because I was giving someone, a YouTuber friend of mine, a supply drop opening video as a favor, just as a boost to his channel. And I let him open my supply drops on his channel. But that was like the only time, and I still have 100, and I've had this 100 for a while. Let's see. There's some of these that I haven't purchased yet, and the reason why I haven't purchased them is because I have them in Mark IIs. Like the Rodeo I have in Mark II, the Epitaph I have in Mark II. I've got a lot of these in Mark II. Because if I go to the Mark II armory, I got the Flatline, I got the R3KT, I got the Bunker Buster, I got the Butcher, I got the blowout. I don't have the war sight. I want it. I got the Cerberus, the Ripper. I got the Blitzkrieg, the Liberty, the Sand. I don't have any snipers in it really at all in Mark II, which I'm fine with. I don't want. It will be a huge letdown when I get a sniper as a Mark II, because I will almost never use it. It seems to like giving me shotguns. It also seems to like giving me pistols, which I like because they're my most used weapons. Shotguns, pistols, and SMGs are my most used weapons, and it seems to like giving me these over others. It's interesting that it gives you the ones that you use the most and does not give you the ones that you don't use. Because you look at LMGs, I only just started getting LMGs. It seems to be lean towards the weapons that you use the most. I don't quote me on this, but just on playing this for 27, 28 days worth of time, this is pretty. I mean, I use assault rifles, SMGs, and shotguns and handguns, and it gives me assault rifles, SMGs, shotguns, and handguns, and it pretty much leaves the LMGs alone. And it does not even give me a sniper. I haven't touched snipers since I did camo challenges. So the more you use a weapon, the more likely you're going to get a weapon. So if I use the knife constantly, I'm pretty sure I'm going to get the headsman. I'm pretty sure that's a defining factor on the likelihood that you will get a Mark II of that variant, or of that genre. And as there is only one melee weapon, that means you have to use the knife a lot. Let's look in my score streak lab. I've got every score streak. Every score streak. Mission Team Depot. I've got everything. Quartermaster Collection. I got lucky and I ended up getting the Yokai, the Stalker, and the Blowout, but I already got the Blowout in Mark II. So, but, let's see what else. Back in, no, it's not in there. It's, records. What is my most used weapon? I like the Xeon. Xeon has not even been out that long, yet is already almost surpassed the NV4, and the only reason why the NV4 has been used so much is because I've prestiged so much. I don't typically like the NV4, and if I do use the NV4, I use the flatline because I can equip a suppressor on it safely without decreasing its range. And I end up using it as an SMG anyway. The R3K is my third. The VPR is my fourth. Why if it's such a good gun is do I use it or less than the Xeon? It's because the Xeon highlights my enemies, and I don't have a good reaction time. So being able to see my target before they see me is a huge advantage. I abuse that targeting sight that it has, especially considering that I can't see them well. It helps me see those longer distance targets. And then my combat knife is above the MacTav. I have used the combat knife more than the MacTav, and considering the current state of the MacTav, that tells you exactly how well I do with closer range weapons, and the fact that I don't always use the most overpowered weapons in the game. I use whatever I enjoy playing, which is fine. You're here to have fun. I don't understand why people can't just use what they enjoy, and without being ridiculed by their teammates about doing poorly because they're using a weapon that they enjoy over using a weapon that they would do better with. Like I love using pistols. I love just running around using pistols because you don't get that many kills with them. You may go negative, but it's so satisfying when you kill someone with a pistol and then they're like, "What the hell?" and they scream in their mic and they cuss at you, and it's just so satisfying. And you knock them off their streak. They may have been on a nuke streak, and it's just so satisfying when you kill them off a nuke streak with a pistol. It's just, I like doing things like that. Um, but this is kind of my little rant. I don't know whether anybody really cares. It's just kind of one of the things that's kind of been bothering me. Not the greatest player, but tell me what you guys think. How many people do you know who have brain damage that have black sky? I'd like to hear you guys' opinion. I mean, on whether you think that KD is important, whether you would rather have someone who plays the objective over someone who has a high KD. What do you think that there needs to be a balance between the two? Do you think that there can be both? Um, is it okay for someone to have a bad KD if they play the objective as long as the team is balanced out? Uh, I believe that COD does a pretty good job at balancing it out. There's usually a few players that have ridiculously high kill ratios on each team, and then they have a few players on with low kill ratios, but they're the objective players. This goes really well because what ends up happening is the objective players end up capturing the flags in domination, leaving the people who go for kills and nukes and stuff to run around and wreak havoc. And this is why I have so many friends on my friends list that have high KDs. Is because the high KD people who drop nukes prefer to have people on their friends list who play the objective so that they can go around and do their nuke streaks and have someone doing the objective while they do it. which I'll go into a game and I'll have 11 caps in domination, 11 to 12, 15 caps sometimes in domination. And then everyone else on my team will not have that many. And I'll be in the top three, even though the people above me will have sometimes 40, 50 more kills than me. I'm still in the top three because objective points are worth more. So, but that's gonna be all. Peace.